Hi! So who's singing today? Give me some hands. Fantastic. I didn't get a lot of informative emails, so do you mind just telling me what you're singing? I know what you're singing. And you can go by first one. Okay, got it. Who do you have here?
For Wandering One.
Awesome.
Somebody Somewhere.
Great.
And then we keep falling down.
Yes. And?
Runaway with Me.
Oh, beautiful. Okay, fantastic. How many of you were present for Rebecca's masterclass yesterday with the, isn't she fab? Oh, good. I'm glad to see those hands. Okay, great. Hi. We went to graduate school together. And if you're going to do operetta or musical theater, she's an incredible person to know as a vocalist because she is, I believe that technique is everything, no matter what you sing, no matter what style you sing. And I'm really excited to have you sing too, because I know your style is a little bit different from things that we've heard here on Tuesdays. But breath and freedom and connection to your resonance and openness of space is everything, because it gives you the tools as a singer to be able to sing any style healthily long term. Make sense? It doesn't matter if it's a classical, contemporary, pop, gospel, musical theater. We all need to find that connection to the breath. We all need to find that freedom in our instrument and our relaxation and find that resonance. That's where your power comes from. And that's the most, she's just phenomenal at teaching that. So I'm so glad that she got to work with you guys too. So anywho, and I get to be coding for this first time in person. So that's awesome. Is there anyone that needs to go very first? That's cool. Oh, awesome. Okay. Well, first of all, I'm on your team. We're all on your team. And I'm just here to help you and help you become better. But nobody's judging. And if they are, right? Okay? So, come on up. Right. Sit here. Right here. I'm also consulting with the accompanist. I'm kind of new around these parts, so if you would just tell me your name so that I can remember, and then next time I see you, I'll trust you.
I'm Megan.
Megan, awesome, thanks. Okay, so tell us the piece that you're going to do.
Somebody Somewhere.
And what's that from?
That's a great question.
Okay, we'll find out. Google. Okay.
It's one that I don't know.
What did you say, Cody?
Most happy fellow.
Oh, it is Most Happy Fellow. Okay, cool. Thanks. This will be funny, Carolyn.
Wanting to be wanted, needing to be needed. That's what it is. That's what it is. Now I'm lucky that somebody somewhere wants me, needs me. That's very wonderful to know. Somebody lonely wants me to get, wants me
And how long have you been studying here? Since start?
This is my third semester.
That's awesome. You were, yeah, did you go?
Yeah.
Great. Okay, I'm writing this so that I don't forget to say all the things I think. So I think you have a beautiful line and a gorgeous tone in your voice. It's bright, yet it's warm, and it's just really pure and lovely. And when you go into the first somebody somewhere, I think that's the line that just all of a sudden is really beautifully exposed there. It's gorgeous. So you said you were nervous off the bat. Hey, who isn't, right? So how do you feel like your breath gets affected when you get nervous, or do you feel like it does?
I wasn't paying attention.
Get me through this.
I would imagine it's not as low.
Okay, yeah, so we all know we're striving for those low breaths. Okay, good. For me, well, I have a poncho on, like, I'm not really helpful to show you, but for me, if I really know that my breaths are getting a little bit shallow or I'm not getting as low as I need to, you know, primarily when we do our inhale, you know, the diaphragm moves before the abdomen, right? So that's like the first thing. But secondary, or kind of overlapping that motion, is the expansion of the ribs. So when you and I breathe and we take our low breath, first we're sort of aware or cognizant of this movement, but then you feel the ribs expand. If I take my low breath, you see my hands move eventually. We try that again. Slow breath. You feel that happen? This is like this happens first, and then this is layered over it. But I'm going to give you a part breathe. Can I put my hands on your back? Okay. So when you take that low breath, you put your hands a little higher in the rib cage. When you take that low breath, can you kind of lean into my hands a little bit? Okay, good. I got you. I won't let you fall. And then when you take that low breath, feel how your back of your ribs expand back here. So I tell my students, you guys, I say breathe into your back because that's really the final place that you feel that expansion. You feel that a little bit, that resistance? Okay, so before you go to, I'm going to ask you to start the section again in a minute, there's like a few other things, but let's use that term, really breathing into the back. So you're feeling, if I show you guys, it's just really by like a tiny amount. If I take my singer's breath at the end, you see my fingers move a little bit? Do you see that? One more time, I'll show you. My hands move apart a little bit. And so when you have that wide, expanded rib cage, it is naturally tied to the inside of your mouth. And you know, people say, raise your soft palate. Well, awesome, that's great to raise your soft palate. You can kind of arrive at it falsely. If your ribs are just wide and expanded, nothing crazy and rigid, just expanded, immediately the inside of your mouth, from molar to molar, is much taller. And we know in the bell of our instrument, for you, a millimeter of space makes all the difference. And resonance is important, okay? So we're going to think breathing through the back. Then I might stand behind you and feel a little pressure there, okay? Can we, let's see, let's just start that little part. Let's see, where should we go? Yes, like after they're a little rested. Somebody somewhere, yeah, do we have an opportunity for anything high?
Do like.
Could you do that, or is that weird for you to start, or is that well I want it? Okay. When you take your breath from the high note, which is like, is that like the fourth phrase, like maybe 6 measures after that? Ish. Okay. I'm going to put my hands here, and I want you to really breathe against them or make those move. Okay. So I'm going to creep behind you, but I'm warning you in advance. I'm here. Okay. Awesome. Let's try it from there.
Well, I want to be wanted, need to be needed, and I'll admit it
Like, who's this person touching me? Can you do that last phrase one more time? Is it that somebody somewhere? Cause somebody. And by the way, it was so much more open. Did you hear that? That's why I got distracted. Just listening to you. Let's do that phrase. Okay, breathe into my hands. Here we go.
'cause somebody somewhere wants me to be wants pulling me to smile and say hello.
Great. here? Are you Midwestern?
Yeah.
So, especially being Midwestern, a lot of it, I mean, I'm from Chicago my whole life, you can hear it. And everything's like right here when we say things, right? Our keys here are somewhere. We're not doing somewhere, but there's a little creep of Midwestern when we try, well, anyone who speaks English, I think, it's kind of a spread, more horizontal. So think about more of that height and more of that space. And I'm not suggesting change the vowel. You guys will always articulate the vowel the same with your tongue, your lips, your teeth, etc., right? So that vowel won't change, but if you allow the bell of the instrument to be more vertical, or that space, then that will give you your voice more power, or it will ring more. Does that make sense?
Yes.
Can we try the same exact spot one more time? I won't touch you anymore, breathe into your back, okay? All right. So think that height when you get there. Okay.
'Cause somebody somewhere wants me to leave wants calling me to smile and say somebody that's very wonderful
Awesome. I do even more. Here's the next thing I would do if I had more time. So your open vowels, can you hear when she comes through, even though it's in the middle of the voice, the to, no, it's really open and rounded, and doesn't it feel so easy and free? So taking the top of your voice and doing them on those open vowels for you, just on an O or on an ah, will help you confine that space, the yin and the yang, and then you're looking for that similar kind of space or openness and freedom and ease when you go to those more closed vowels.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
Yes.
Great job. All right, come on. And I know you don't have a ton of time, so thank you. So this is something entirely different, and I'm really excited to have Marissa sing for you. Let me move this up so we don't pad away. Can you tell us what you're going to sing?
I'm singing Stay by Sarah Bareilles.
Awesome, thank you, and thank you, Cody. Can I be a page helper?
Sure.
Great.
It's nice to sing a longer part. There's only just kind of get your.
Like your
I
first
know the
phrase.
song, so I just get it. Great. I'll figure it out.
So I would say, and it's something that I know you know, really singing through, no matter what we're doing stylistically, carrying that support for the end of the sentences or the end of the musical phrase. And so if you listen to sort of especially a musical theater cast recording, you will hear them really give pitch to those consonants, right? So if I think of a phrase, such as, the tonight, kind of, when we sing with the mic, we can get away with backing off of that and it's still kind of carrying, but we want all of you to have the tools to have the ultimate control, period. Mic, no mic, right? And so, if you can think about every single final consonant, really articulating them, even though it's a diminuendo somewhere, still engage that breath so that consonant is voiced. That's number one. And then you hear all that space she had when she went to the ooh, and you hadn't heard that yet, and maybe that surprised you, like, ooh, there's all that up there, right? So it's kind of what we call sort of your mixy head voice-ish, right? There's a lot of freedom and ease in it. So when you're singing in the middle, the stay to that stuff, if you feel like you're hitting your ceiling, or I mean, especially like if we're singing in front of people, sort of the nerves take over a little bit. If you feel like you're hitting that ceiling, or it feels like you're reaching for that pitch, or like, gosh, that's my top, besides taking that low breath and getting that underneath you, because I know where your voice really goes, think of a little bit more of that height in that space like you had in the ooh. Rather than the stay, this way, stay, you could free up this a little bit. Can you try the refrain? Do you want, well, actually, let's get into the refrain. We can do the consonant thing, and we can do a little bit more open on the, that would be cool. I don't care if sunlight. Is that okay? Okay, so we're at a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I don't care for sunlight. It only means it's over, and I'm in the mood for that. That's the dream.
It truly was. I was telling her I had to play for a drunk Brian Laudermilk singing this.
Oh, Lord.
It was hilarious.
That's nice and
It
loose.
was hilarious.
Really, some liberties we were not. Awesome. I'm Hope. Awesome. Okay, what do you have, Hope?
I'll be singing Run Away With Me by Carolyn Brady. Let me catch my breath. This is really hard. If I start to look like I'm sweating, well, that's because I am. I'm not good with words, but that's nothing new. Still, I have to try to explain what I want to with you. Run away with me. Let me be your ride out of town. Let me be the police and you hide. We can make our lives on the go. Run away with me. Texas in the summer is cool. We'll be on the road like Jack Kerouac. Looking back, Sam, you're ready. Let's go anywhere. Get the car packed and throw me the key. Run away with me. Sam, I know it's fast. I'm in love with you. Sam, it's crazy, but Sam, I'm crazier for you. I have these plans, Sam, I have these plans. On the house that we build on the way when we run away. Let me be your ride out of town. Let me be the place that you hide. We can make our lives on the go. Run away with me. Mississippi mud, watch me slide. We'll be on the road like some country song. We'll be on. Sam, you're ready. Let's go anywhere. Get the car packed and throw me the key. Run away with me. I'm not trying to become a wife here. I'm not trying to tie you down. I'm just saying there might be a life here in you. As soon as we run, just as soon as we run away. Let me be a ride out of town. Let me be the police that you hide. Make our lives on the go. Run away with me. Mississippi mud, watch me slide. We'll be on the road like Jack Kerouac. Looking back, Sam, you're ready now. Let me be a ride out of town. Run away with me. California dream team, we go. Juliet's calling for Romeo. There you go. Sam, you're ready. Let's go anywhere. Say the word and I'm already there. Run away with me.
I love your connection and your physicality. Your entire being is embraced in this character. I mean, you're committed 100%. And I don't know if you were ever worried about anything vocally, but I have to say, your commitment to that character, I never believed this before. But I went to this workshop and, you know, there was all these coaches and choreographers telling us things. And they were saying, a lot of the actors were saying, if you are concerned about a vocal issue somewhere, you've honed that muscle memory in your lessons. You've done it 1,000 times. And we worry so much about putting and placing and figuring out, well, I'm setting this up, I'm making sure I'm getting my little breath, I'm president. All those things happen, but at some point you have to trust that since you've been drilling that in your lesson, It's gonna be there if you let it go. I know this sounds crazy. Let it go. God, sorry. But if you allow yourself to focus on that moment and really commit to the trickier parts in the song, it's an incredibly freeing and surprising thing. So I want to do the it's the first key change to Let's Go Anywhere. And I'm going to ask you to try something first. We're going to do it 2 times. Okay, so when you're sustaining, is it go and where is where that are sustained? So when you're doing that, I'd say, gosh, I'd love more of this breath behind it, and I feel like it climbs up a little bit and it wants to grab you here. Okay, so that's the goal, and this is what we're going to do. We're going to get the body more involved. You're not going to push this piano because Cody's he's got it right there while he's playing. But when you sing that phrase, how are our wheels right now? We're good. When you sing Let's Go Anywhere, I want you to push the piano. Okay? Okay. I want it on go, and I want it on
Like real push or like push so it doesn't actually?
I don't think it's going to move because I'm going to stand over here too, but what would be good to go? Okay, I'm pretty strong, friend.
Where are you going from?
The first key change before she sings Let's Go Anywhere. I wrote it down. Do I know what I'm talking about?
Sam, you're ready, let's go.
You're ready, let's go. That's the first key change.
Okay, how about, do you sing anywhere? Here? Let's do it on the right. Let's do it on the right. Okay, great. I know. That's I'm changing this one, she's pushing. Can we go from Let Me Be a Ride Out of Town at the key change, and then on the ride is where you get okay? Here we go. Okay. Okay, right there. Is that the last time you say, let me be a ride out of town, or is it later? What happened later? Okay, let's go to this spot where we are. You guys, what would you say her action is in this song? What is she trying to accomplish?
Trying to run away.
By herself?
Persuade.
To convince.
Yes! Convince. So this area, this section we stopped at, this is your chance. And so every time you sing the Let Me Be a Ride Out of Town, let's experiment with the stakes are higher.
Yeah.
This is the last time I can say it. Honey, I want you with me. I don't want to go by myself. Okay? You try that? A little bit of curve. So start from my Let me be a ride. I'm pretending I'm pushing a piano.
Would you like me to keep pushing or trying to keep it?
You can just try to keep it now, okay? Convince us. This is the last opportunity she has. Let me be a ride.
have the rain keeps falling down from allergies.
Oh my gosh. You guys, songs just kills me.
Me too.
I'm a little emotional today too, so there might be some okay.
Alrighty. Hi everyone. I'm Brian Warner, and I will be singing "And the Rain Keeps Falling Down" from Elegies for Angels, Punks, and Raging Queens.
Yes. It's a long title.
Yes. Yes, my friend, it's raining again today. I never understood why you chose to stay in a climate that's mostly wet and gray. When what you loved was a sun so hot, it turned the green grass brown. Forsaken town, but the rain keeps falling down. Who am I? A regular kind of guy. I never let the clouds clutter up my sky. Learn to party, but never learn to cry. And even now my tears won't move. They're painted on a cloud. And the rain keeps falling down. That I could let go, like the storm clouds burst through the dam like a flood, breaking down a wall. Heaven seems to weep with far less reason, but God-forsaken town, but the rain keeps falling down. Yes, the rain keeps falling
Yay, thank you. I love that piece. You have such great control of your upper register, and I've worked on this with a few tenors, and it's challenging up top, but not for you. It's nice and open, your voice is really naturally resonant. It's really, really cool. And I like it for tenors because you get to kind of show everything. meteor moments, and then there's these gentle, beautiful, head voicey moments where you have to display that control, and I love that. I want to come back to the tenor. So anyway, okay, just a couple little things. So this is a guy who, what can you just give us a couple adjectives about him? What kind of guy is he?
A regular kind of
guy.
So the whole thing is like, he's saying that like, I can't be sad, but I am, but I'm not. It's like Inception.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So it's really, so there is this element, I agree, of turning things off, but that a moment, like the moment that you created later, it's right before the heavens seems to weep with far less reason. It's a big moment right before that. I finally saw this is where he really is. Like, you're really showing your vulnerability. And so I would just say, like, to explore another layer. I'm not saying this is the right answer to everything, but just explore another layer rather than stifling things until that moment. I think it could still be raw and very, I'm feeling this. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Like right from the start. Because your words say that you can't feel it, but your face and your voice can. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So let's not stifle a thing. Let's let him be emotional because this is his first vulnerable moment to his friend.
All right.
And can you start just a couple phrases right from the top?
Sounds
Is
good.
that cool?
Let's keep it first.
Okay.
Thanks
Sounds
very much.
Yes, my friend, it's raining again today. I never understood why you chose to stay in a climate that's mostly wet and gray, when what you loved was a sun so hot it turned the green grass brown. Rain keeps falling down.
Okay, awesome. So like my view, the way I took it, like this was much more, to me, it didn't change your message, but it made you more vulnerable and more real and believable.
Yeah.
So just a thought.
Yeah.
Okay, awesome. Hey, when you're singing Town and it's sustained, I don't know where the heck is that?
It's on the next page right here.
Thanks. It's a
One
town.
night, my boss will play this down for a second time.
Right, so here's why why is IPA so important? It's important for every single singer, but I think, and I'm not saying you're doing this, I'm using this as an example.
Okay.
I'd like the vowel to be more pure, is what I'm gonna say in a second.
Okay.
But musical theater-wise, we do tend to diphthong a lot. You weren't so much, but we don't want to do that because just don't do it. No, you know we have in town, right? And you didn't do that. But if you're specific, if your instrument is specific about the vowel that you need to sing, then you can be in so much more control over it. You know what I mean? Like the way we say everything, like I said, is very kind of chewed and wide town. But if I commit to the ah, I have more control over it. And if, it doesn't sound more legit or more classical, it just sounds like your instrument is more open. So that's what I want to do, if we can. It was beautiful, but I think it could be glorious.
Yeah.
Okay? So let's, one more tier.
One more.
Sorry, and keep it on the town.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. One more tear might wash away this God-forsaken town, but the rain keeps falling down.
Right there you go to it. Right there. It's the second half here. First it's, you do down. And then when you make it more vertical and pure, this beautiful natural vibrato comes in.
Oh.
And so musical theater-wise, I'm not saying you should like the vibrato spin. I don't know if that's what is in your head.
I think so.
Maybe? Okay, so do it, but make sure ah is the first part of the vowel while you're holding that straight tone too. Make sense?
I think so.
Ish? Okay, I'm gonna go to you when you're doing this, okay? One more time, same spot, please.
One more tear might wash away this God-forsaken town, but the rain keeps falling down.
Yeah, difference, do you hear it? And look, I think this piece is it's very mixy and very legit in a sense, you know, anyway, so I think that's fantastic. Do you have questions or did I make sense to you just now?
I just naturally look confused.
Oh, you're all good, all good. I'll answer your questions if they pop in your head, but that's beautiful and thank you.
Thank you.
I'll sit down. You ready to rock a little Poor Wandering Boy? Very good. Represent the operetta, the Gilbert and Sullivan. And do I have one more after the Poor Wandering One, or am I doing all right? Okay, one more?
No, I was just giving you a
Awesome,
thumbs up.
thumbs up? Okay, go back to my first. All right.
Okay, well, I'm Sarah, and I'm going to sing the Poor Wandering One.
Yay.
Wandering one, thou hast surely strayed. Take heart of grace, thy sins reach back. Poor wandering one, if such beloved mine, cannot they find journeys of memory? Take it is thine. Take heart, heart of yours, take heart of yours, take heart, take any heart, take mine. Take heart of yours, take any heart of yours, take any heart, take mine. Poor wandering one, though thou hast surely strayed, take heart of grace, thy sins retrace. Poor wandering
because the voice you guys have when you're 18 or 19, it just only gets better. When you're 22 and 23, it's awesome, and there's like these wonderful color changes, and then when you're 30, It's just so exciting. So if we're doing this now, oh my gosh. Keep singing your Mozart, keep singing your Handel, keep that voice as agile as possible. Okay? Everybody should be singing some Handel and Mozart. Those Italian art songs, I know. If you have to hear Caro Mio Ben one more time. But you guys, they are so healthy for you. It's like yoga. Or the Tulo Sai, I think I would jump into the lake. I don't care how old this is. It's all of them. No, but they're so healthy for you. So this is fantastic. I have a couple things to say real quick. Not real quick. But okay, so the ah vowel, where you're doing all this coloratura on, that's your most open vowel. And who loves singing on ah? Bless you. Who prefers E? What's the other favorite vowel? Who didn't raise your hand? O, who? A. President. Right? The ah is fairly exhausting. So, sure, freshman, awesome. So, when you're singing the beginning of your phrases, like the first cadenza section where you go up, it's a scale passage. So you start always on a pure, beautiful ah vowel. I would say practice, my suggestion is whatever your teacher tells you, do what your teacher tells you, of course, but sometimes you morph into an o or an o a little bit at the end of your phrases. And I know you have enough breath, and I feel like it's just like a little collapse thing. And so we have to say, work it, work it, work it. Going to the end of the phrase. Can we just do this? Ah, and going, I know it feels awkward, but then when we go the scale passage, the thing, how about take hard, your diction's going to be crazy after this, but that's okay. How about take hard, the G that you just did, I think. Can we go from the take hard? Do you care if I haven't started on a G? Okay, we like to chat this. Great, okay, so the take hard, when we do the odd drawing, if it's vertical, yeah, as vertical as possible. Okay, 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 go ready? And they're all in like curtains and florally dresses. I said curtains because I was a maiden in this, and I think we made our costume out of curtains. So everything's covered, and they're at the water, and they're being very scandalous. They're exposing their ankles. It's very scandalous. Yeah. So then they see this super hot pirate, Frederick, and all of them haven't seen a man that looks like this in a really long time. And so when you're doing your ahs, you can think of them as different things, but they're all very flirtatious. Maybe you're looking at him, but then you're turning away. Or maybe you're doing, hey, look at my ankle. So every coloratura thing, the next thing you discover, because I know you've been learning technique, every single ah and thing in your cadenzas that you guys are singing means something. Does that make sense? Rather than, you're not doing that, but you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Okay? I don't care what they are, but make them all flirty, would you? Would you do one more time? And then I'll let you.
Okay.
Okay? Whatever you're doing, you gotta work them in. Okay?
Yes, I'll start showing my ankles.
Oh my God. You don't have to show your ankles. Honey, I'm here. Okay. Roll for Jesus.